today we're going to be filming an assumptions about
twins.
Well, I'm going to say us. Because the questions that I came up with, because I didn't ask anybody on Instagram or anything. I just came up with stuff that like it's been asked or assumed about us throughout our daily life, and as long as we've been alive. But yeah, we're gonna do the assumptions about us.
If you didn't notice, we're wearing the same clothes.
Probably, I don't know if it's the last video.
It's probably not, but it's gonna be close because we are uploading 3 times a week. So I mean, we're just on the grind. We're pre-filming.
We're trying.
We have day jobs, so we have
more than day jobs.
We have all day jobs,
24-hour jobs.
So we have to do it when we can, and when we can, we get them all out at the same time.
Yep. Are y'all like? Well, the assumption would go like this: y'all are inseparable. Y'all can never be apart. That y'all like do everything together, and like we don't have individual personalities. Mm-hmm. So not true.
Although we do live together, so obviously we spend majority of our time together. But that would be if I had a friend or just a roommate or a husband or a boyfriend.
It's just stupid. Because I mean, it doesn't make sense to think that just because we live together, and I'll just tell y'all, we share a car. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people would say, oh, are y'all never going to be apart? Or how do y'all handle paying for things? Or how do you do this? Whatever. I feel like I just feel like that's a dumb question.
We're just two people who live together.
Yeah. And we're the same age. We know each other. So, like, it's like living with your sister, but obviously we're closer because we're twins. Mm-hmm. And it just so happens that we have, we've grown up together. We have the same,
Interests.
And we've always had similar friends. And I think this would go for anybody, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Why would you want to be friends with somebody that doesn't like your sister or your boyfriend or something like that? Like, that doesn't make sense. And we think similar. We think the same. Mm-hmm. Not exactly the same. Honestly, we have the same values.
Well, a lot of people say don't move in with your friends anyway. So I just looked up and got one to come with me. Because it can get very sticky. Money issues.
Sticky?
Yeah. Well, like with money issues and paying rent and all that could be an issue when it's not somebody that can hold you as closely accountable as your sister would or a family member would. But, to each their own. But no.
We're not inseparable. We don't work together. We've always had separate jobs. We've only worked together like twice. And it was like for like a month. Like
it was a couple months.
We hold our own very well.
But we were in high school, or straight out of high school. So. Yeah.
I think that's just a dumb question.
Another assumption that people say about us age-wise is that we are naive, we don't know anything, and because you think you have it all
figured out. Or like we're like, what's it called?
Like
we're just dumb and young, I guess.
We're up our own butt, and we need to.
That kind of like we think we're perfect, or we think we think that we have all the answers,
and that is not true. I think I am really good at taking in any conversation. Obviously, if you have opposing sides, that you're going to have a difference of opinion. Mm-hmm. But even in that, I do a lot of self-evaluation. So once I get home, I rethink the conversation. I'll talk to Zori about it, and we'll come to a conclusion on what we could have done better in the situation. Just because I so happen to, I guess, take the title of the victim doesn't mean I didn't have anything to play a part in it.
Aside from confrontation, I'm just talking about like, people would say that just like how the way that we carry ourselves in general, we don't even have to be having a conversation or arguing. People say that because we are, if y'all don't know, we're 20 years old and we moved out of our house when we were 19. And we were 19.
We were so definitely 18.
Did you have a 19th birthday in that apartment? Thank you. So, we moved out when we were 19. And I feel like we are very like, we have a very strong like foundation of where we get our thought life from, mm-hmm. the way that we think. Mm-hmm. So like we're Christian, if y'all didn't know.
I don't like for people to discredit my intelligence because
we're
of my
young.
age.
Like people tell us that all the time. They'll be like, oh, you're young, you'll know when you're older, like as if it's impossible to have any kind of wisdom at this age.
Obviously there's more to learn from people older than you, but I don't know if anybody knows about Kaylin Kyra. In their video, when they were going through whatever they were going through in their family, he said that they were automatically assumed to be young dumb kids because the stage in their life was.
I think it's only
young.
People think that we think they're better than them because we don't act like the average 20-year-old. Like, we're not in school, we don't drink, we don't party, and not saying that those things are bad. Everything has moderation, but just because we prefer not to do those things doesn't mean that we think we're better than you. Like, we can still be friends.
It's just something we don't prefer to
just
do.
don't insult me.
And it comes from both ends. Like, older people say, well, you don't know anything, you'll get older, and you would with age you would come to the same conclusion I've came to, is what they're pretty much saying. And then on the other side of it, with the people that are our age or younger, they think that we're stuck up and that we think we're better than them and that we're religious and just stupid, like super religious. Like, the insults come from both ends, so you really have
and
to
it's
be
crazy
confident in
because
yourself.
I will talk to people that are like, oh my god, y'all are so above your age group, y'all are so mature for your age, and not to be up my own butt, I guess what we're talking about, but
you should take pride in
it
the
goes
person
back
you
and
are.
forth. I mean, like, it just goes to show that I cannot just lean with people's opinions. I have to have a foundation in who I am, because there's people saying that I'm great and there's people saying that I'm not, and I can't just be like, oh, I'm right in between.
Well,
I don't know what to
think
do.
the whole point of somebody saying that you'll learn once you get older is it's kind of like it kind of leaves you in a spot. Like,
you better not talk about it.
Yeah, do I just not have an opinion until I'm 30? Or do I stay the way I am and wait?
That's just
It's
dumb.
kind of hard. It's like,
you should always be growing, no matter your age. You should be striving to be smarter than you were yesterday.
Because I've met plenty of people well seasoned, still stupid.
Nice words. We gotta use our nice words.
Well, I still haven't figured what I would say some of the fundamental things of life figured out, because it's not about age, it's about your mindset. You have to decide to change your mind. And what I would say to those people are, don't tell me to wait. Sit and talk with me. If you really think you're right and that your way of living is better and whatever I'm saying is just complete monarchy, come sit down, have a conversation with me so I can change my mind, and I won't have to wait 20, 40 years and making mistakes to get to where you're at. I can learn from you and be better now.
Have wisdom in that.
Yeah.
Or walk in wisdom in that. Another assumption would be that I guess it'll kind of go along with the other one, that we're judgmental Christians, that we kind of look down. We basically self-righteous Christians.
But I've noticed that that's a trend with most, especially influencing Christians. That's a trend that people like to say. I think it's just an easy insult to throw at people. I think that everybody...
Well, again, I think it's a reflection. This might sound self-righteous, but it's almost like a reflection. It's kind of like when people, they hate us, or not hate, they dislike us because we are not the normal
we're not subscribing to what is typical of our age
and
group.
that automatically sets you apart. And because the majority likes to drink, party, and just live their best life, then all of a sudden when I'm doing something different, I'm carrying myself a different way, or even when I'm excelling,
you think you're better.
I think that I'm better.
Like,
they would say that, like, you just think you're the best thing in the world.
And then because which I'm trying to get better with, but because we try to live a lifestyle of being, I guess, in purity, because, we've all done impure things, but to do things Christ-like,
perfect.
When I mess up, it's like the judgmental is thrown in there, because it's like, well, you're telling me I should drink, smoke, or have premarital sex or stuff like that. You're telling me all these things, but you've done it, so you're just judging me now.
Yeah, and I think that's just a really bad bad assumption to have. Yeah. Because you shouldn't want to, just because everybody has made the mistake doesn't mean that the mistake has become right. It's still a mistake.
Well, being Christian doesn't make you mistakeless. You're still gonna make mistakes.
I'm talking about, like, for example, like, everybody likes to get, this is just a broad statement. Let's say teenagers or college students like to get drunk and go to parties. We've heard stories about people getting alcohol poisoning, being raped, just taken advantage of at these kind of parties or get into accidents, anything, all the wild stories. But if somebody comes up, like if me, for instance, if I was in college and I'll say, oh, I'm not doing that, I don't think that's fun, like I don't want to do that.
Or to just take the stance of, I've seen what that resulted in.
It doesn't always result in that, obviously, but I just don't want to put myself in that situation.
But when you put yourself in a position of vulnerability, you are open to whatever. You could make it through and nothing can happen, and that could be just God's protection over your life. But you are continuously pushing the envelope to see, well, how far can I get until something happens?
Yeah. So if I decide that I'm not gonna do those things, it's not self-righteous of me to say I'm not gonna do that, subscribe to that behavior.
It's actually wise.
It would be considered wise not to. But because I say something is bad or I shouldn't do it, but everybody, the overwhelming majority does it, doesn't make the thing like a rite of passage. It doesn't make something that you have to do. And if you don't do it, then you're not living your best life. I'm just, basically what I'm trying to say is, if everybody does it, it doesn't change the truth of the situation.
Yeah.
If the thing is bad when one person it's bad when a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
So just because there's one person sticking out and saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna do that kind of stuff," we can hang out afterwards or something. Because I feel like I'm a good friend. Like I'm not going to like leave you hanging or anything like that. But
also in that,
it's important to surround yourself with people that are like you.
If we're friends and you are living your alternate lifestyle from mine, because I love you and I hate, and maybe this is why I get it so much, because I love you, I want to try to sway you into not living that lifestyle, because obviously if I'm your friend, I can see how it's affecting you and I can see the kind of pattern that it's creating in your life. And obviously when you're close to somebody, you can see what's healthy and what's unhealthy because you're from the outside looking in.
Okay, so another thing that people assume, and it's on a lighter note, I guess, is that we are, well, I'll give you that one. I'll do a different one.
What is it?
I'll tell you in a second.
Oh.
It will be that we are not going to be successful, or we're dumb to think that we're going to be successful
doing this,
or like not going to school. Like the route that we're taking is stupid, basically.
That's mean.
Oh, okay, wait. I'm going to change that question. It's similar to it, but I'm going to change it. The assumption would basically be that we don't know what we want to do. People have told me that a lot. Like,
I know
people
exactly
have told
what I want to do.
People have told me, like, you have, and they'll try to sugarcoat it and be like, you have so many ideas, and you're always talking about all the things that you want to do. And to them, it's all separate, different things.
It all comes together.
And they're like, so from what I hear, you don't really know what you want to do. You're just growing. And then they try to put me in the box of a young kid.
Talk to someone and they'll say, what are you aspiring to be? And to use the umbrella term, I would say to be an influencer. But to break that down, I would say I want to have a podcast. I want to write books. I want to go and talk to people. I want to be a motivational speaker. Yeah. I want to do YouTube. I want to be an Instagram person. I want to be a person of
an evangelist.
And also, when you break it down, there's a lot of things that come in context with that. And they're like, oh, so you don't really know. And I said, no, I do know. Because, like, within all that, I want to open a shelter. I want to go get my college degree. I want to, I have all these dreams that I think
and
are
all these things
capable.
Can, and I will say will happen, God willing. Because, I mean, the Bible says you can do all things. And we have taken the time, ever since we graduated, it's been about 3 years since we graduated high school, to kind of try to get closer in our relationship with God. No, but I'm saying that to take time and learn what influencing is and the weight of that responsibility.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like over the 3 years, like we've dabbled in it and tried to, if y'all go back and look at our videos, you can see that it's like months apart or like
years.
Like there'll be spurts where we're like, okay, we're gonna do it this time.
Yeah.
But I feel like
it has to be Holy Spirit motivated.
I feel like that it is. Maybe God was waiting on us, and we're still growing, obviously, and we're not perfect at all. Like, don't get confused.
Trying to put that up. Disclaimer.
But that He's working on maturity, I guess, in that sense. So, because it's so different when you go out and experience somebody else's culture.
When we first started this, you know, our mind changed on where we wanted the direction of our channel to go. And now, I feel like Jesus has done a work. but now we're on I think we have a firm foundation in what we're wanting to do.
I mean, we understand where our decisions are gonna stem from now. Like,
and it's very important.
It's not really about what we want to do and what we think.
But it's sort of like, when I think about it, like if we would have started and say we blew up then, we would have been in a totally different place. We would have been partying, doing all these things.
I don't think I would. I've always been good.
Well, I mean, I know I would.
I've always been like a very safe person.
When we first started,
they call it vanilla.
We didn't have really a mind for anything. We were very go with the flow, let the wind carry.
I don't know. I don't think I would go with the flow. You probably were.
Yeah,
we're white or like / proper. Like we act
she
white.
She said that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's true though. Like Oreo, maybe.
What?
Like an Oreo?
I guess so. I guess.
I'm bougie.
No. Okay, here's what I have to say to that. I think that obviously you can hear from the way that we speak, the vocabulary that we use, the way that we live our life.
I think it's because of our father.
Well, our speech, like we're very proper, I guess.
I didn't even know that.
That kind of feeds into people thinking we're self-righteous because of the way that we talk.
I didn't even realize it until last year when somebody was like, "Yeah, y'all are very proper." Like
somebody asked me if I was from here.
Yeah,
like as if I was born in like another country.
People think I'm like Nigerian, or somewhere in Africa. They're like, "Where you from?"
And they say we have an accent, but it's really just the way that we talk. It's because my dad,
he made sure of it.
He might be the white one. No, my parents, they taught us to speak proper English. It was just important to my family not to make us sound ignorant. Not that they sound ignorant, but
so just
speak correct
the
English.
way you present yourself and the way you speak says a lot about a person, because we're both in management, and whenever somebody comes in wanting an interview or coming in asking if we were hiring, I'm looking at how you dress, how you present yourself when you talk to me, how you treat the customers on your way to me.
I mean, we all can say that is something people look for. Like, you are not going to get hired anywhere if you walk in and talking like, like, I don't understand.
I think this assumption is true.
No, that's...
But I'll own it that we are bougie.
We are bougie.
We are.
Yeah, I think people say that
the
we
glam
are...
twins.
Well, people do say that like the places that the way that we dress, where we decide... where we decide to spend our money. I think that it is... We're bougie, but we're not bougie in a sense of we're gonna buy something that we can't afford.
In a sense, yes, we get that, but on another end, people will say, because we took a trip to New York, that they think that our parents
I put that on there too. Yeah, that our parents pay for everything, and that I guess our dad.
And oh my God, that would make me want to square up. I ain't ready to.
We are hard workers. We were not to toot my own horn, but we work, and we work and work, and all we do is work.
Literally, as soon as we got out of high school, I had 2 jobs.
Yeah, as soon as we graduated, we had a plan, because originally we wanted to move to another state. And so before we even graduated, throughout the year, we were trying to save our money, and we had a plan like as soon as graduation, like a week later, we were gonna go get a second job.
I think another assumption is that people think we have our things together, and we don't.
Oh yeah, that we got.
People would say, "Oh my God, I want to be just like them. They save all their money. They do all these things." And I'm like,
we have paid a couple late fees. We have been without power before. They did turn off the Wi-Fi a couple times. They didn't threaten to take our car away.
The tea.
It's just how you handle things. It's your choices. Your life is all about the choices that you make. Yeah. You can be in a bad situation right now, but it's guaranteed that if you continue to make the same bad decisions, that you'll be in a worse situation later. And so if in this current bad situation, I'm going to choose to work within this situation to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Or if it does happen again, I have a plan. Or it's not going to be the end of the world. Like, I'm not going to let my situation define how I feel.
My personality, my character, my integrity, all that is
or
not
my
gonna
work
be,
ethic. I'm going to work because I need to pay these bills.
Yeah.
And just because the power's out, I can't just be like, oh, well, I'm just giving up. Like, this just sucks. And then you get evicted, and then your parents can't take you in, and then you gotta live on the street, and then you get pregnant by the worst people, and you get influenced with drugs, and now you're a crack addict, and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
With the baby?
With the baby! Within this reality, because if you think about it, the future is not here, so it basically doesn't exist. Because the world
can
can end
only
tomorrow.
account for what's happening right now, what actions you're gonna take right now.
Today. The past is in the past. You can't change
promise
it.
yourself a future that's not guaranteed. You can only promise.
I work
yourself
day by
what's
day,
happening right
and
now.
that's why you have to choose joy every day, because that's the only day that you have. You have to seize the day. I mean, you could be killed tomorrow. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
You could die in an accident. The world could end. Jesus could come back. It can happen. So what are you going to do today? What are you going to do with the time that you do have? And like each second is not even promised. So what are you going to do right now?
Right now.
And we did finish.
We struggle like everybody else.
Yeah, we didn't finish answering the assumption that our parents pay for everything. And I said that we work. Like, for example, when we travel and when we buy things,
but
we do it.
That assumption is stemming from when we went to New York.
Because it affects them.
When we went to New York, that was literally all us.
Yeah,
they didn't help us
pay
do
for
anything.
The only thing that they spent on us, I guess, is the gas to drive us to the airport. And back.
That's because they were on edge and they didn't want us to go by ourselves. And even in that, I think what they did was to make sure we had some type of cell phone data, which did not work.
Oh yeah, they did that too.
But I would say that's about all that they did. And not to say that we don't need our parents' help, because I'm very grateful when they do help us. But what a spit in the face to work so hard.
It steals back to that young, like that young mindset. Like people say, "Oh, you're young."
Yeah,
like there's no way you could have done that. Yeah.
That there is no way that we could have got up one morning and decided we wanted to go to New York for our birthday.
Save for it and pay for it in cash and had no debt coming back. Like I said, we admit to being bougie. It is what it is. So that means that we don't expect quality. We work to have quality. So like if we're gonna go out of state, or if we need to stay in a hotel, I'm gonna work hard to afford the hotel that I want to go to. Like you have to be smart enough to even go look at the prices ahead of time and make a plan to start saving for it.
Yeah.
And that's just being a good steward over the money that you have. That's just being smart about what you have.
Just everybody wants good. And wherever you are in life, people dream of having the big houses, the comfy beds, the nice food, the expensive stuff. Everybody wants to get there. It's different when somebody's working toward there, or somebody who is not there and act like they are there. So I think there's a difference. But yes, I will admit.
Yeah. And what I was gonna say, like when we went to New York, we didn't have like the nicest hotel, I will say, but it was still expensive because it's New York. To give you an idea,
about a week.
Not to gloat or anything, but the hotel itself was over $1,000. Obviously, my parents love us, and if we needed help,
but that's what they're there for. They're supposed to help. And
I would help my kids, but they don't like. Oh, you want to? I don't want to be so prideful. $1,000. Here's you rent still. Okay, here it is. Like no, my mom and dad. When we even wanted to get an apartment, mom was like, "Well, I hope y'all can afford it because I'm not co-signing."
In the comments some assumptions that you got from
from this
video or any other videos, and we can make a part two.
I have one more.
Okay.
That I'm no fun and that we're too serious, I guess.
And we do no wrong.
I will say this. That is the most annoying thing people could tell me, because having fun doesn't have to be dangerous. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And having fun also doesn't have to be fitting in, I guess. Because, okay, I curse, okay? Or whatever. I've cursed
obviously
before.
It's something that we're working on.
We're working on. But I went to a haunted house. Like, that's fun. Like, people do that. But just from our growth and
Well,
going to church
I feel
more
like-
and understanding and seeing how that kind of stuff affects me. Like, I don't think people understand, and they might think that it's baby-ish of me, but I feel like people take things very lightly, and because
These are big deals.
I believe that these things can come back or attach itself to you. That affects my sleep.
most of the things-
that affects my peace,
Well-
this house, and I'm just not trying to do that.
Well, it kind of relates to a lot of the things that are, I guess you could say, secular or cool or like the easy way out of things are usually what's bad for you. So I dare you to stand out and say no to these things, because that's people are claiming to want to be different. Actually, be different.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. We don't have to go. I mean, y'all learn more about us throughout our videos, and like this is kind of to get to know us in a way.
I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to change the title.
And like if y'all want to, we can do a part 2 if y'all go and
Yeah.
ask us more questions or ask us to elaborate. It could just be a totally different video. It doesn't matter. But we actually got to go because we got to go to work.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching.
Yes, I hope y'all enjoyed those assumptions, even though it was kind of all over the place. Yeah, I mean, it was fun to talk. We love to talk.
Yeah.
We talk too much. That could be an assumption. It's true. We talk a lot, and that's why we want to be influencers, because I feel like we're called to have an influence on people.
Well, I got just too much to say. Somebody's got to hear it.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I don't know when this is gonna be up, but we're trying to post more. What is the schedule? 3 times a week? What days?
I guess there are concrete days. Today is Friday. So I know we're gonna post today. Next video is gonna be Sunday, and then the next video is gonna be Wednesday.
Yeah, that's the end of this video. Leave us suggestions down below. Give this video a like. And share the video and follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is Love Like Lynette.
I'm gonna try to pop some cards. I edit the video, so I'm trying.
But yeah, my Instagram is at Love Like Lynette.
Zania _Shay, and then our joint Instagram is Zania N Zoria L.
Zania, like the letter N, Zoria L.
The little L.
But that's our joint Instagram. So yeah, we're trying to post more on that too. So yeah, I'm in charge of the social media, and she's in charge of editing the videos. She's gonna be in charge of our own Instagram, obviously, but I'm gonna be like, hey, did you post? So I'm trying to get into that, trying to just be more proactive.
I think you're more social media anyway, because I don't even know what an Instagram story is or the IGTV.
Oh my God. Look, these are the influencers.
I don't know. Well, like, I know what it is. I just don't take part in it because I didn't take the time to learn how it. I've never looked at an IGTV video.
That's okay. We're gonna get it.
And Zoria sits in bed all day and does that.
I don't sit in bed all day.
I just now started clicking on the stories because I thought the stories were stupid. I'm like, there's Snapchat, but then I stopped using Snapchat, so I was like,
well, nobody uses it anymore, I don't think. I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.
wait.
Bye.